My first 30 days on TikTok, I went from 9 followers to 2.6K in 30 days. How, you say? How? Well, you would have to be me, first of all, to do it, but... 30 days on TikTok. 9 followers to 2.6K. Over 5 videos, 10K views, 4 over 15K, and 1 over 100K. This is the highs and the lows of my first 30 days of consistently posting on TikTok. We're going to go over my top 5 videos. They made the top 5 because they got over 15,000 views. Even my most recent video, I'm proud to say at the end of February, though controversial, got over 100,000 views. So we're going to take a look at those top 5, go a little bit more in depth about those posts and why I chose to post those things. Some of the comments and the crazy parts about TikTok, the highs, the lows. This is my first 30 days consistently posting on TikTok. Here we go. Okay, so let's start with how I even got on TikTok. I have to be 100% honest. I was not somebody who was on TikTok. Before they took it away, I was not on it. I had a very old school mindset about it. I thought that TikTok was for children. I used to always joke like all people do on there is dances and trends, and I was never the type of person that liked to follow trends or do what everybody else is doing, and I think that's what made me not get on TikTok. And not just TikTok, any of these social media platforms over the years. Like, I was the last to get on Twitter, the last to get on Facebook. I just did not want to rush to do what everybody else was doing, so it took me a while to get on TikTok. I don't know what made me open up TikTok on that morning of February 4th. To vent about how studs, masculine women, need to take accountability, but it was just a little voice. Something in my head was just like, do it on TikTok. Again, I wasn't on TikTok. I had an account and I had posted things over the years, but they were just like Instagram reels. They weren't anything to write home about on TikTok. I never opened up TikTok and did a vent or had a message to give to the people. And for some reason on February 4th, I just decided to do it. So anyways, everybody knows on Threads, the more you use it, the more you look for stuff, the more you thread stuff, the algorithm starts feeding you that. My Threads algorithm is nothing but women's college basketball, WNBA, Unrivaled, South Carolina Gamecocks, and masculine women complaining about how femmes don't take accountability, femmes don't reciprocate, blah, 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 blah. I just opened up my phone, opened up TikTok, and I was like, studs, masculine women, they need to take accountability too. And before I say this, just remember, hit dogs, holla, all right? I'm tired of seeing posts on social media about studs need love too, studs need flowers too. The studs are in the comments like, yeah, I'm tired of straights and bisexuals and pillow princesses. Where the real lesbians at? Stop. First of all, stop. Because for a lot of y'all, you have not yet embraced your divine feminine self. This is my first post coming back to TikTok, and it's just me talking about studs, masculine women need to take accountability, because I was sick of seeing the thread post about that shit. 17,000 views on studs need to take accountability. What's crazy is that mad people like that post and didn't know me from Who's Shy John. They just was like, yeah, it's a stud talking about they're the problem. Like, follow, comment. No, but really though, I personally did not take accountability until my 30s in reference to like just realizing it's not always the femmes that are fucking up, or it's not always the femmes that aren't reciprocating. Sometimes it's us because we don't communicate what it is that we want. But that's here and there. There's 221 comments, so I won't pretend to read them all, but it feels so good to be with a woman who knows who she is. This was the first comment. Gia says, also, sometimes people are also being emotionally unavailable. So like, I feel like people keep dating people who won't end up being serious, so they don't have to be serious. Being able to channel both energies fluently is a feat in itself, because I talk about how studs need to learn how to find that delicate balance between masculine and feminine energy. That's what a stud is. Jessie Reyez has this song called No Sweat, and the lyric goes, I'm a rose and a king at the same time. That's what a woman is. Preach, Jessie Reyez, preach. Jack 100 said, everybody just need to know themselves. Love that. Thank you, because once they get us, they don't know what to do with us. Shaking my head. I hear that a lot. The films are like, y'all say y'all want a real lesbian, then y'all get a real lesbian, and since y'all never had a real lesbian, y'all don't even know what to do with a real lesbian. That is true. And being that you're a real lesbian and you know I'm a mask and I've been through some bullshit, I need you to give me some grace, exercise some patience. Not you, Chanel, but just in general. I feel like if a woman genuinely wants to treat her stud or mask with flowers and true romance, then they will. It shouldn't be something that we have to ask for. Facts. Then you have the people that like to disagree. So this person says, B, disagree. There are women who are purely masculine and that's who they are. Not a mask. Not every woman is feminine and masculine inside. There are many extremely masculine women who are not toxic. Stud accountability post. It did pretty well. Up until that point, was my most watched video ever on TikTok. And it was my first video I posted after having been off TikTok for sheesh. On February 2nd, I posted a bike vlog from YouTube. Once in September of 2024, and before that, January of 2024. So like during 2024, I posted all of 3 times on TikTok. Crazy. I got 407 new followers off of that video. Appreciate the love on that, for real. Once you post something, the algorithm kind of expects you to keep posting that type of stuff. And I'm not going to always have a word of wisdom that I'm going to be able to get out quickly and effectively. There's always like a way of making a TikTok. It's kind of like making a sandwich. It's like layers to this shit. For some people, they're lucky enough to just get on TikTok, open their phone, and go viral. But for someone like myself who's an overthinker and already a creative, already my day job is video production for marketing and advertising, I'm already overthinking and overly critical of my work because that's just how it is on a daily basis. So once I started getting the views on the stud accountability post, I was like, dang, like maybe I got something here. I could keep going. I should keep going, you know? But I didn't know anything about TikTok. On top of the fact, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds and start comparing myself to other creators, people who have been on this platform long before me, you know? Like, I'm just kind of sitting back, sitting quietly, trying to figure it out. I said I was going to do top 5, but I only have 4 that went over 15,000. This is kind of embarrassing. Number 4, so stud accountability was 3. The 4th one that went semi-viral, over 15,000 views, was... Bro, I don't even want to play this shit, but fuck it.
No shade to the women that go and get those waxes. And matter of fact, thank you, God bless you. I'm glad you came. But a little peach fuzz, psh, little fur baby, it's still gonna get 8, baby. What?
Yeah, so that shit did numbers. My friends are like, you risk that, because those 100 followers, best believe, are all women who don't shave and are hoping that one day you're gonna part the sea. Just to see for them. You gotta watch that one. That was good. There's like a pun, a line at the end. Gotta see it. But follow me on TikTok. The caption for that is not requesting extreme cases and not saying I am one. That's the other thing. Like, you gotta really think about what you're putting on TikTok, because you never know if that's the video that's about to be on everybody's For You page. T said, man, us OGs had many a seat apart, but I'm good on that now. I like my floors waxed, no carpets. Ain't nothing wrong with a little hair. I know that's right. Any woman that will eat another woman will eat anything, including animals. I don't know about that one. Okay, my next viral one, number 2. Call me Mufasa. Yo, this joint.
If my girlfriend wants to go to a Chris Brown concert, take her shirt off, take photos, go to an Usher concert, eat cherries out of his hand, watch Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa 6 billion times, that is okay with me.
This one went viral because Aaron Pierre is a big deal right now. Women going to Usher concerts, getting fed cherries is a big deal right now. 35,000 views. 4.4K likes, and 312 new followers off of Call Me Mufasa, babe. Crazy. And really, I was just talking about being secure within yourself and in your relationship. Like, you know, if my girl wants to go to an Usher concert, go. Hurry up, have fun, get drunk, be safe. Call me if you need anything. Let me know if I can send you some money, whatever. But, like, take pictures, take video. I'm trying to see that when you get home. And when you get home, There ain't gonna be no jealousy. I'm gonna take her to the bedroom. I'm gonna make her look me in the eyes. I'm gonna make her call me Mufasa. I'm gonna make her call me Aaron Pierre. Nah, but the comments was crazy on that too. The #1 video from February. This video has currently 138,000 views. It has 20K likes. I got 1,190 followers off of this post. And the post itself is just saying that I'm not going to engage in excessive, obsessive, sexually suggestive PDA, public displays of affection. You're not going to try to finger me at the table. You're not trying to finger me at church. You're not going to do that. It was controversial because people were like, okay, you start off by saying you're not ashamed to be gay. You're not ashamed of PDA, but what you're talking about has nothing to do with being gay. I'm like, first of all, I did not know that this post was going to be seen 138,000 times. Had I known that, I would have carefully picked my words. Also, it's a lot easier to say after the fact what I should have and could have said to get my message across better. But, you know, if I was taking advice from you, do you think I'd have 138,000 views on this post right now? No. The comments, 910 comments. I mean, after a while, I could not respond to everybody anymore. Let's just play this right quick.
I'm not ashamed to be gay. I'm not afraid of PDA. I just have a strict rule. None of that shit in front of children or old folks. There's a time and a place to be gay. If you're at my great grandma's Sunday service, do not have your hand running up my thigh while we all bow for prayer. That's not cute. This is not the time nor the place.
It was a 25-second video on top of that. Let's talk about this for a second. Like, there is a method to the madness on TikTok. Those short videos where you say a lot in a little bit of time, or you do a lot or get a huge message across in a little bit of time, those are the ones that go viral because people's attention span, you need to catch them in the first 3 seconds. So you need to come on screen popping, talking, saying something that's going to make people stop scrolling. Me saying I'm not ashamed of PDA, I'm not ashamed to be gay, that made people stop. They like, wait a minute. What happened? Like, who said you was ashamed? Da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, a lot of the comments was just like talking about, oh, you're not going to be affectionate in front of your kids. I didn't say anything about my kids. I'm a big believer that it's not my responsibility to teach other people's kids about sexuality. I don't want it to be me tonguing down my girlfriend and you and your child walk by and your child's like, Mommy, what's this? This 2 girls kissing? What's that about? They didn't think they was going to have to do a sex ed, lesson right there. Like, that's not my job. But does that mean I'm not going to show affection to my kids? No. Like, there was one comment that had like over 700 likes, probably more now, probably 1,000. And I did a video response to it. No, it's not necessarily about being gay and PDA. It's just that I was talking to my audience. I was trying to hit the hashtags for WLW, stud talk, lesbians of TikTok, femmes of TikTok. I was just talking to my audience. I didn't know this was about to go 138K. But honestly, had I not picked the words and said the things that I did, that video wouldn't have gone viral. On top of that, like, that wasn't even my big video post. I had it saved in my draft for like a day. That last weekend of February, I was like, this is going to be my content weekend. I'm just going to lock in and record a bunch of shit. So I recorded that. That last weekend in February, I was just sitting at the bar and I was like, I gotta post something, so let me just post this. It's in my drafts, it's ready to go. So I shot it off and it literally shot off. No rhyme or reason to it. I did not think that that was gonna go blow the way it did. And then also I'm like, I don't want to be the person that was known for talking about church and kids. Because a lot of people were like, no, you are ashamed. You have internal homophobia. I'm like, no, I don't. I promise you. Like, I don't have a problem hand holding and kissing, pecking my partner. If I'm in a restaurant, I'm going to put my arm around her. I'm going to kiss her. I might even feed her some of my food. That's real quick. That's not crazy. Moms and dads do that all the time. So it's not weird if I do it. But I'm not going to be doing that overly excessive, obsessive PDA. Like, I'm not on that. Like, that's all the message was about. Again, there was like 900 comments on that. So I'm not even going to go digging. The biggest thing I'm so grateful for is how TikTok filters out comments. They filter out the bad comments for you, so you don't even have to do that. Like, some still slide through, just depending on like the wording that they used and how they chose to say what they were gonna say. Some slide through, but like About 20 filter comments never made it to the post. And when I went to review those filter comments by TikTok, I was like, oh, wow, like, thank you, TikTok, for filtering this shit, because had this hit my post, this would have ticked me off. I know it's exhausting when the post has over 200 comments or 1,000 comments. Stuff gets lost. TikTok won't let you pin anything. But before you say something crazy, please give the comments a good 30-second scan. Just a nice little real quick. It's going to tell you if I commented on it, you know? So just give that a real quick. My face is breaking out. Y'all see this? I got like one right here. One right here. Yeah, it's rough. It's my PMS week, so the content must go on. That's my first 30 days of TikTok. I went from 9 followers to over 2.6K. Probably 20 posts. I had some posts that didn't do well, but I think it's most important that, like, while it's still early on, but just post whatever and however you want. The most important thing is to be authentic, to be yourself. Don't overthink it. Make as much content as you want. Put it in your draft folder. Come back to it. How you felt about it today, you might feel differently tomorrow. It's really important, like I said, for me not to box myself in. You're not going to see me doing a lot of TikTok dances. You're not going to see me doing a lot of trends. If you do see me do that, just know I'm either really comfortable at this point and I finally get it, or I'm desperate at this point. Yikes. But you're not going to see me doing a lot of that, for real. I'll just put the phone down. I'll get into story time. I'll get on this YouTube. I'll do something else. Everything else is copacetic. I'm still biking. It's 60 days till the 50-mile trek that I have to take from Williamsburg to Richmond. So I have not really been training very well for that, but I feel like I'm going to knock it out regardless. I am very exhausted. I've been overworking, overthinking, overanalyzing over everything. TikTok is very mentally draining. You have to learn how to put the phone down. I've turned off notifications so that I can't even see notifications unless I get on the app. And that's just for my peace of mind. Again, I was not on TikTok. I was one of those people that did not understand. But now, having been on it for 30 days, I have nothing but respect for the people that are on it and that do make content. I used to think it was just this place where people would just joke around and make dance videos and do trends, but honestly, for a lot of people, it's their happy place. They can go here and laugh, find other people in the world that they can relate to, and in a lot of ways, it's a stress reliever. It's mental health, which has all been said, yes. But again, when you're not on the platform and you don't fully understand it, you haven't been in it, you just don't get it. And so I can fully say right now, like, respect to the TikTok creators that came long before me. I do have a couple of people that I'm like starting to check out and I'm like, oh, cool. It's really dope when I see people who have a huge following on my stuff, because I'm like, wow. For somebody who's got a huge following to come over here and like my stuff, that means I must be doing something right. I can't say that my success is going to be the same for everybody else. I'm not like you and you are not like me. I went to school for this for many years, studying mass communications. I work for 2 TV stations. I have an Emmy nomination for digitally producing video content. I know that this is who I am, and everything I've done up until this point in my life has been to get me to this point in my career. And I think that's why it was so easy for me to fall into TikTok. On top of that, at a young age, I was doing YouTube and had amassed a following on YouTube before YouTube was a thing, early high school. And I just didn't stick with it because I didn't know the potential that YouTube had. And it may take 5 to 10 years before I'm actually making $1 million on this. Knock on wood. Hopefully not. This is my first 30 days on TikTok. I went from 9 followers to 2.6K in 30 days. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. A lot of my posts still are about stud and femme accountability and will continue to be. But I'm kind of just figuring it out. I heard when you're starting out, you kind of have the freedom to do whatever you want, so I'm taking advantage of that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat. Leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my TikTok. You're already on my YouTube. You might as well subscribe. I promise when I come back, I'm looking at myself in the monitor, I'm going to be way more sexier. I'm going to shave this facial hair, this goatee I have growing in right now. All this stuff's going to be cleaned up. But I just want to come here and be myself. It's Vic Checks. I'm out.